Practicing self-care is not bad. Today I'm going to tell you 3 ways to avoid thinking otherwise and committing a massive self-care mistake, and by the end of this video you will know exactly how to avoid this. Number 3. Changing your mindset. A lot of people will tell you that self-care is selfish, but they could not be any further from the truth. You need to get out of this mindset ASAP. Preserving your bodily and emotional well-being depends on practicing self-care. By taking care of yourself, you put yourself in a position to be the greatest version of yourself for those around you. The fact that self-care means prioritizing your own needs is one of the key reasons it's normally called selfish. This doesn't mean that your needs are more important than someone else's needs. It just shows that you are making an effort to maintain your best state so that you can support others when they need you. You are less likely to be present and supportive of others around you when you're anxious, exhausted, or overwhelmed. You can make sure that you're in a better position to be there for others when they need you by practicing self-care. By assisting you in maintaining your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, self-care enables you to be better towards others. Taking care of yourself helps you manage stress and negative emotions better, which might help you interact with people more positively. Additionally, you could have more energy and patience and be empathetic and supportive towards others when you feel balanced and healthy. In the end, practicing self-care can make you a more active and successful friend, partner, parent, and citizen in general. You're better able to be there for others when you take the time for self-care. It supports improved decision-making and helps you balance work and life. Number 2. Prioritizing self-care. Making self-care a priority can be difficult, particularly in a culture that frequently values being busy and productive. However, it's crucial to keep in mind that caring for yourself is not only good for your well-being, but also makes it possible for you to be more present and productive in other areas of your life. Scheduling self-care into your calendar like you would any other significant appointment or assignment is one approach to making it a priority. This can make sure that you regularly carve out time for self-care. It's simple to put self-care on the back burner when other duties appear more urgent, so another strategy is to give self-care priority over other responsibilities. Nevertheless, it's crucial to keep in mind that looking after yourself is just as significant as any other item on your to-do list. Try to put self-care ahead of other tasks when you're feeling overloaded. Making self-care a regular habit can be accomplished by including it into your routine. Take a walk in the morning before you start your day, for instance, or prepare a cup of tea or read a book before going to bed. Self-care can also be more fun by engaging in things you enjoy. Rather than viewing self-care as something you should do, strive to choose activities you enjoy. This will increase your likelihood of sticking with it. Be willing to experiment with new things and view your self-care routine as necessary. And keep in mind that there are several approaches to self-care. One person's solution might not be suitable for another. Admit that taking care of oneself is not selfish. People occasionally might feel guilty about taking time for themselves. It's crucial to keep in mind, though, that looking at oneself is not being selfish. It's crucial for your health and makes it possible for you to function better and be more present in areas of your life. When considering self-care, be aware of your self-talk. Try rephrasing your thoughts to include, "I choose" or "I desire," rather than "I should" or "I have to." Getting help is also crucial because prioritizing your needs can be difficult if you're accustomed to placing those of others before your own. Find a support structure that can assist you in prioritizing your well-being, such as friends, family, or a therapist. Making self-care creative might make it more enjoyable. You might hold a yoga class outside or have a spa day at home, for instance. These activities will not only aid in your relaxation and renewal, but also infuse your self-care regimen with excitement and inspiration. Finally, it's critical to routinely evaluate and reflect on your self-care practices. See what's working and what's not, and then make the necessary adjustments. Self-care is more than just treating yourself to luxury, it's also about looking after your general well-being. You may enhance your physical, emotional, and mental well-being and be more productive and present in other aspects of your life by prioritizing self-care and committing your best hours to it. Keep in mind that practicing self-care is a lifelong process rather than something you do once in a while when things look like they're getting out of hand. Number 1. Be kind to others. Being kind to others is sort of self-care that has many advantages for both the giver and the recipient. Being nice to others can promote feelings of happiness and well-being, lessen stress and anxiety, and even benefit one's physical health. Being kind can improve your mood and make you happier, which is one of its main advantages. Feel-good neurotransmitters like oxytocin and serotonin are released by our brains when we do something pleasant for someone else. These substances have an impact on how our emotions are controlled and can lessen depressive and anxious symptoms. The act of kindness itself can operate as a potent antidote to emotions of pessimism and helplessness by serving as a reminder that we can have a positive impact on the world. Our bodies release the cortisol hormone when we are under stress, which can be harmful to our health. According to research, showing compassion can reduce cortisol levels and enhance our general well-being. Additionally, when we show kindness to someone, we are actively practicing self-care by putting aside our own issues in favor of their needs. Kindness can also strengthen our bonds with other people. Positive emotions and a sense of connection can be fostered by kindness. It might result in more fruitful interactions with other people, which might lead to more meaningful and satisfying relationships. Kind and compassionate people are frequently seen as more pleasant and reliable, which can result in more chances for social support and connection. Also, compassion spreads easily. It can motivate us to act kindly when we witness someone else doing so. As a result, kindness spreads from one person to another, creating a positive feedback loop that promotes compassion and support within the community. And if you have watched until now, here's a bonus tip. Learn to say no. Simply wanting to please others is the root cause of the inability to say no. You may find it difficult to say no because you worry about what will happen if you do so. Perhaps the other person will become disappointed, dislike you, or perhaps leave you. If you're the helping one at work, among friends, or in a relationship, you could even find comfort in that. Our unwavering dependability has become an important part of who we are, and the knowledge that others depend on us makes us feel important. It makes us feel deserving. We don't lack the ability to say no from birth. When we're young, it's simple for us to say no. Therefore, if we struggle with this in adulthood, it was probably something we learned. If our parents were people pleasers, for example, we may have seen this behavior modeled for us, or it may have been subtle or blatantly drilled into us that our needs are somehow less important than those of others. Maybe your controlling parents set rigid boundaries for what you could and couldn't do, and that there were repercussions for breaking them. Or maybe the penalty was less obvious. You were rejected and given the silent treatment if you didn't conform to expectations. In other words, you could only experience love when you met the needs of others. This was one way that love was conditional. You were aware that it could be quickly taken away from you if you expressed your needs. It's acceptable to consider your response for a moment. Give yourself a deadline by which you must decide what your response will be to prevent yourself from completely evading. Say something along the lines of, "I need to think about your request. I'll let you know by Friday at lunchtime." This deadline holds you responsible and makes sure you respect the connection and yourself by giving a specific response in a reasonable amount of time. Saying no might help you communicate with others more honestly and authentically. People may start approaching you for things that you are more likely to say yes to, which could make you feel less taken advantage of. Clarifying the kinds of things you wish to say yes to can help you say no with greater ease and is a good tactic. List the top 3 priorities you have. Post these priorities where you will see them frequently, such as on your bathroom mirror, nightstand, laptop, or dashboard of your car. When someone asks you for something, consider whether doing it will advance any of the causes you previously stated you wanted to devote your time and efforts to. If the question can be answered positively, feel free to do so. Say no if it doesn't fit with your goals. Be concise, confident, lucid, and clear. It's not necessary to provide a lot of details to support your arguments. In fact, doing so occasionally will make your no more open to challenge. However, you might mention the kinds of things you are open to doing or the window of time during which you might be more likely to say yes. By doing this, you show respect for the person who asked and let others know that you are aware of their request. Even when you say no, letting the other person know that they were heard can greatly improve your equation with them. Having an anchor phrase is another smart tactic. The phrase, "I'd rather say no to you than disappoint you later," is one example. Another is, "I only volunteer in connection with a certain cause." Being proactive and well-prepared may enable you to say no with greater assurance so that you can say yes to the things that are actually important to you. And that's it for today's video. Will you be implementing any of these tips? Let me know in the comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Please like it and share it with your friends. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe to the channel. So please do so if you haven't done it yet. Hope to see you very soon.